Hey everybody, it's Yasmin here. Today I am using a new filter that gives me lip gloss. And it's made by my beautiful friend Kirsten Carriol, who is the founder of Lanolips. And I don't know if you know Kirsten, she's the most beautiful woman in the whole wide world, I think. And so I'm glad to be able to use her filter. Although Kirsten, you know what, we could use a bit of eyebrow highlighter and maybe some false eyelashes as well while we're at it. I'm going to do a card just before we go live. There we go. If you don't know Lanolips, discover it. Kirsten's amazing, the company's amazing, and basically they use the fat from sheep wool for some amazing products. So there you go. We've got a lot to talk about today. It's a lot going on. Who wants their card? Oh, whatever it is you're asking about, you got your question in your head? Get your question so I can tell you what the answer is. Get the question in your head. Sounds like some kind of 1950s thing, doesn't it? Get the question in your head. Sun out. There is so much going on in the skies right now. I can hardly wait to talk to you about it. And we are coming up to the new moon eclipse, and there's a very special thing with this eclipse. All right, you got the question because we're about to go live in a minute. Nothing is yet set in stone, so if you're worried about something, you can still change it. And if you're not worried about it, you've got to work a bit harder to making it, because nothing is yet set in stone. Here we go.
Get in tune with the sun, moon, and stars. This is Astrology with Yasmin.
And that's me. Hello everybody, how are you all over the big wide world? It's Yasmin Boland here, coming to you live and direct from my living room in London. It's 4 p.m. London time. It's I think 11 a.m. New York time or Eastern. It's 8 a.m. in LA, baby. Pacific time, and I think it's about 2 o'clock in the morning Australia time. I'm very sorry about that. I'm coming to you live and direct on www.unityonlineradio.org, or I am coming to you live and direct on Facebook, on my Yasmin Boland Facebook page, if you want to see me with a filter where I've got some fake lip gloss on. It's very funny. Anyway, so this week I have no guests, so we're going to be doing lots of talking about the astrology of the week ahead. I just didn't book any in. It's not because, you know, nobody wanted to come on the show. I just didn't book it. I just didn't ask anyone. Yeah, so there's a bit of astrology to talk about. And there's also a bit of moonology to discuss. And also I want to kind of give you a heads up about the upcoming new moon eclipse in the sign of Sagittarius, because apart from anything else, by the time we are back this time next week, let me just double check that. I'm pretty sure the new moon eclipse will have been and gone. Yes, it will have been and gone, because the new moon eclipse, which is coming, is going to, oops, hang on, let me just double check that. Hang on a minute. New moon eclipse. Oh dear, it's all happening here. Sorry guys, just give me a second. I'm looking at the wrong page in my diary, which I actually happen to have on my computer. One more second and I will tell you, because there's something very, here it is, new moon eclipse. Yes. So it's taking place on December 19, which is going to be next week, but I want to give you a heads up about something about that new about that eclipse. And also I want to tell you about my new free 100% free webinar that's starting tomorrow about the moon. It's called 3 Ways to Work with the Magic of the Moon. And that's basically what it does. It tells you 3 ways to work with the magic of the moon. It's a free online event. And if you're watching on Facebook, I've put a link to it up there. I'm getting a bit excited about it now because it's starting tomorrow. And if you're listening on Unity, I can give you a short link to go and get your free ticket because it starts tomorrow. It's 3 webinars about how to work with the moon. So I'll give you the address in case if you're listening. It's www.moonmessages.com/web, W-E-B, web 2020. So web is short for webinar. So moonmessages.com/web 2020. So there you go. There you have it. So I think I've just created some confusion around the new moon. I think I'm actually, yes, I'm getting a bit confused here. Just give me a second, everybody. I'm really sorry. I want to give you the right information. I think I just gave you the wrong information about the new moon. In fact, I know I did. I'm not even going to tell you why because you're going to think I'm completely mad. All right, give me a second to find it. Those of you who wants to make a wish on the new moon. Because if you do, the time is coming. All right, I believe I have now found, oh God, it's driving myself crazy here. Yes, it's the 14th or the 15th of December. I didn't think that made sense. I just thought I was being stupid. It's the 14th or the 15th of December, depending on where you live in the world. And in fact, I will be on air, I think, assuming we have a show next week. I'm a bit confused about that as well. I'm confused about everything right now. Life is chaos. Now, do you want to know why life is chaos? It's because we are headed for the new moon eclipse in Sagittarius. Okay, discount anything I may have said before. It's the new moon eclipse in Sagittarius that's coming. And it's going to be taking place at 4:16 p.m. on December the 14th, which I think you'll find is exactly 1 week from now. Now, Unity is going off air, and I'm a bit confused about when they're on air or off air, but I'm pretty sure we're on air next week. So make sure you tune back here. Either way, I'll do a Facebook Live, and we can meditate our way through the new moon. I'm sorry I'm being so all over the place at the moment. I'm writing the diary. I'm looking at the astrology for December 2020. This is my excuse, okay? I'm looking at the astrology for December 2020. I'm writing all about the astrology for 2021 because all the magazines that I write for, like New Idea and TV Week and Women's Day and Who and Chat It's Fate and Soul and Spirit, I'm writing for them. And I'm actually physically now editing, I've written it, I'm now physically editing the diary for 2022. So I'm just getting a bit confused about what year it is, let alone what month, let alone what moon is coming. Lise on Facebook says, I love it when you're chaotic. Well, I'm glad that I can make at least one person happy. That's great news. So I want to talk to you anyway about this eclipse that's coming, okay? I just need to make sure what I'm about to tell you, I hope I didn't. Yes, exactly. So what it is, it's a heads up. When it comes to the new moon eclipse, actually, you don't want to make your wishes straight afterwards, okay? If you are going to be making your wishes on the new moon, which I hope you are, because that's what everybody should do, make wishes on the new moon. Note that the moon will be going void, of course, I think straight after. Now, this doesn't happen very often, and I always put it in my diaries. If you've got my diaries, my Moonology diary, I don't have one on my desk right now. I always put the information in there. But just be aware, if the moon goes void, of course, straight after the new moon, what you do when the moon is void, of course, is said to bear no fruit. Okay, it's said to bear no fruit. It's like, I was going to say fruit of the fruitless tree, but it's not even that. There's no fruit. And this new moon eclipse next week, which I've now got the chart for right in front of me, is taking place at 23 degrees of Sagittarius. Now, for some people, that's going to be interesting because it's right opposite, or is it on, rather, the galactic center. And some people who do galactic astrology will be thrilled by that. I don't really do galactic astrology. I only pretty much know just about enough to say that I think it's taking place on the galactic center. What I do know is that because of the position of the other planets in the chart, the moon will go void of course straight after the new moon. Now, what that means is when the moon is void of course, what you do is said to bear no fruit, okay, like I just said. So you don't want to be making your new moon wishes when the moon is void of course, obviously, do you? So there we are. Do not be